Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we're comparing the Kato sd40-2 to the Scaletrain's sd40-2. Obviously, they're a little different. This is a southern high-hood version, and this is just a standard sd40-2 version. But yeah, I'm going to be comparing these two models today, so we'll go ahead and get right into it. We'll start off with the packaging. The Kato sd40-2 comes in the standard Kato hard shell box with a foam and a little piece of bubble wrap on top of it like that. It just sits in there. Nice little container that all Kato locomotives come in. Obviously, all the information about this specific road name and all about that, you can pause it to read it if you really want to. All the standard information. Yeah, so that's the Kato. It's just standard Kato boxing. And then the Scaletrain's is the standard Scaletrain's box with the little product manual, and then of course a little hard shell case. I prefer this. I just think it's cooler to have a box like this compared to the Kato one. The whole manual and stuff shows you how to clean it correctly. And you've got big Scaletrain's logos on the sides. You got sd40-2 on the front. Once again, all that information on the back. You can pause to read that if you really want to. But yeah, that is the boxes, the packaging that they come in. So far I'm gonna give a point to Scaletrain's for their boxes, even though I really do like the Kato boxes. So that is not a point against Kato. I just prefer the Scaletrain's boxes, sorry. But yeah, next up we'll go into detail. We'll start off with the Kato sd40-2. Obviously, this one's been weathered, so some of those details are going to be hidden. But you can see we've got some nice detailed trucks. All of the cables and stuff back here. No painted handrails though, which is unfortunate. Once again, all those airline hoses. You've got the horn. You've got the fans up here. You can see the fans through there. No interior cab, which is not expected on a Kato model. A little bit of detail on the fuel tanks there. You can see the grills there, all the little lines and the lights there, and then the ditch lights on the front and the lights there. Those are all good. Those all work. Those all light up. Those are all nice. One thing against the Kato locomotives, even though this locomotive does not have it, I'll show you on a different Kato locomotive, is their couplers. I do not like their couplers at all, but that's not really a detail part. This locomotive, however, does not have it because I bought it from a train store and I guess they upgraded those. So for detail on the Kato, I will give it a 7 out of 10. Pretty good for $120 locomotive. I'd say that's pretty good. So we'll push this back there. We'll come out the Scaletrain's. This is a rivet counter Scaletrain's. So if you get a operator, that may be different. I'm not even sure if they make an operator sd40-2, but yeah. Okay, we'll start here. You got all the lines and the trucks. All this is very fragile details. The details on the fuel tank, all that there. Once again, this truck back here, it's got painted handrails and the painted, I'm not sure what you'd call this, but yeah, and all these little hoses down here are painted. Got that coupler. I do like these couplers, even though I'd say the best couplers are micro-trains couplers, which actually might be these, but I'm not quite sure. I do like these though. Yeah, more details here on the trucks, the same as the other side. Painted handrails, painted steps. Once again, this is painted up here. Not sure you would call that. Then, if it would focus, you can see the little Southern logo. It's kind of hard to see because it won't focus, but the Southern Railroad logo. You've got lights, horn. Now I'm blanking on this, but the number boards. There we go. I'm not sure if this one has ditch lights. I don't think so, but I think that's just how these came. Once again on the back, you've got the another horn, the bell here, which is quite a nice little detail. Yeah, and then you've got the lights again. Once again, these are directional, same as the Kato, which is also directional. But yeah, on the top, you've got the fans in there. You can see those really well compared to the Kato. And you've got little details such as that paint in there, which are really nice. Once again, I'm not sure if there's a cab in this one, but I do believe there is. So that is a good detail. If not, I'm sorry about that. But yes, I do believe there's a cab in there, which is very cool. Sorry, I was trying to look inside, but yeah, you can kind of see the seat there. If it'll focus, the seat in there, I believe that's the cab. But for detail, I'm gonna give a point to the scale trains. I'll give this I'd probably have to give it a 10 out of 10 on detail, obviously. It's a rivet counter, very good. I'm not an expert on trains, so just from my perspective, this is a 10 out of 10 on detail. This is a 7 out of 10, which is still quite good for the price difference. If I can get my camera to focus. There we go. Yeah, so they're both very good models in terms of details. They're both DC. This one is $150 off of the Scale Trains website. This Kato is $120 from my local train store. I believe you can get them cheaper if you look for used or wherever you get them. So yeah, that's 2 points to Scale Trains. Once again, I love Kato models, so that is nothing against Kato. We'll get into reliability. The Kato models are super reliable. I haven't had any problems with this model here. I've had a couple problems with this model, but just with the derailing, which shouldn't be a problem because I have plenty of radius on my curves, and my other SD70 does not do that. But that is irrelevant because we're talking about the sd40-2, which runs perfectly fine. It takes corners extremely well. It's a great running model. Quiet. Overall, I'd say reliability on this Kato, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. The Scale Trains, I recently just got it, so I do not have enough to say. I don't have enough experience with it, but so far of the running I've done, it runs very well. Obviously, I don't have any other Scale Trains models, so I don't know how any of the other models run, but this specific model here, I will give a 9 out of 10 also on the running and the reliability. But I'm going to have to give this point to Kato, just because all of their locomotives are generally reliable. And yeah, so that's two points to Scale Trains, 1 point to Kato. Once again, nothing against either one of these companies. I love both of these companies. But yeah, next up we will do a run test. If I can find my cable to plug in my power pack, so y'all can see. Should be able to swivel this camera. Yep, and then I'll just bring it back down there. Oops, sorry. I'm gonna grab my little re-railer and actually put her on the track so she doesn't derail. There we go. okay. You can see she runs quite smooth. Sorry about the focus once again. But yeah, you can see the lights there too. Yes, so once again, not super quiet, but I'd say that's pretty good. And then we've got the Kato, and once again, keep in mind this model is pretty much brand new, and this model is maybe a year or two old. So let's try this. Oh, wrong direction, sorry. Once again, this Kato is extremely quiet and extremely well running for being such an old model. It's only a year or two old, but it's got a lot of use. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give this point to Kato for the running, because it's just got a great performance. And then next up, actually, we'll do slow speed running. So I'm gonna try and turn the camera down here a little bit, and we'll put the Kato up first. So right now it's 2-2 on Kato and skill trains. We'll try their slow speed running, see how much power it takes, see how slow we can get it. Puts out about right there. So yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. Now let's try the skill trains. Obviously my track is not perfect, it's dirty. But yeah, let's try this now. Oh, okay. A bit jumpy at the start. But yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. This one's kind of a hard to judge, because obviously this is an older model, but for straight performance right now, I'm gonna have to give it to the skill trains. This is not a 100% fair comparison, but yeah, that's another point to skill trains. Yeah, so that's 3-2 right now, skill trains. Once again, nothing against Kato. One of probably my second favorite brand behind skill trains. Yeah, and then next we've got ease of repair and access. The Kato, you can literally take the shell of this and you stick the little edge up against there and you go, and you can see it's coming out of the shell. I don't want to take it off right now, but you can see it's coming out, and you just pull the shell off like that, and you can get into the locomotive if you want to convert it to DCC or do any repairs or anything or modifications. On the Kato, the skill trains, I believe, I have not opened this model up, but I believe you have to take the couplers off and to remove the shell, and then you can just pull it right off, and then you have to put the couplers back on. And then yeah, it's also pretty easy, but I'll have to give this one to Kato in terms of ease of use, ease of access, is a better word, I guess. But yeah, and we can do a side by side comparison here from the front. It's kind of hard to compare here with the camera, but I'll just grab it like this and then bring it down here if it will ever focus. But let me see if I can get this to focus a little better. There we go. You can see that's the front. Obviously they're sort of different locomotives with the high hood versus the standard nose. So that's the detail comparison there. and then side by side, sorry about the focus once again, there's Southern, and there's the Illinois Central. And then we've got the rears, like that. So there's that, and yeah. These are both extremely good locomotives. They both run really well. As far as I know, the Scale Trains is reliable, and the Kato is also reliable. Very reliable, actually. But yeah, thank y'all for watching this video. It's really up to you on which locomotive to get. I hope this video at least helped you a little bit. So yeah, just keep my points in mind when it comes to the reliability, and if you ever want to switch over a DC locomotive to DCC. And that brings me to one more thing with this Scale Trains locomotive. There's already holes drilled here in the bottom for a sugar cube speaker, and routed holes so you can run your wires down there, and solder points on that speaker, I believe, and on the board, to convert that to DCC sound, or you just swap out the little board to convert it to DCC. And with Kato, I believe you have to route out a little bit to convert it to sound, but DCC, you just pop out the decoder and put in the DCC one. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I love both these models. Obviously, this Southern locomotive is newer to me, so right now that's currently my favorite. If I were to pick between the two, I would go Scale Trains all day. I just love the Scale Trains models now that I have one. It'll probably be all that I buy for now. But yeah, highly recommend both. Both are great quality locomotives. And thank y'all for watching. I'll see you on the next one.